Josh, I think our guest is ready. Josh, can you talk?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna let him or her in right now.
Do it.
Before we go any further, he does know that it takes two hands to handle the Whopper, the two-fisted burger at Burger King. But does he yet realize that if you want another peanut butter sandwich cookie, that you have to
Yes.
Right. Well, let me hear you ask for it. I want to see what you've learned in the last.
You can say yes till you're blue in the face, Joshua, but if you don't,
you don't think he's going to get it.
I got faith.
Yeah.
I got faith.
May I have another peanut butter sandwich cookie, please?
What? Wait, I thought it was, can I have another peanut butter cookie sandwich, please?
Yeah,
no,
same.
No. Jesus Christ. You've learned nothing in a year. You've learned absolutely nothing. Are you still on the Russo Brand Network?
Well, I still watch Vince's podcast.
Of course, of course. And you know what? I got to say, after we did that show last year, I never did a show that got more positive. They love Kenny. They're watching the show and they're saying,
now, who's they? Who's they? I do have 7 or 8 haters around the world. I got 7 haters in 6 countries.
I got to be honest, Kenny. Some of my viewers are not even wrestling fans, and they watch the show and they said, "You got to have Kenny back on the show." Like, first of all, they didn't know who you were to begin with. But they thought that was the most entertaining. I'm saying, like, all right, you ask and you shall receive. I will bring Kenny Bolin and Big Josh, or Hank, whatever the hell we want to call him tonight, back
Big
on the
Bank
show.
Hank.
We are money.
Do you know who Big Bank Hank is, Josh? Do you know who Big Bank Hank is?
No clue.
Do you know who Big Bank Hank is?
Sounds like a 1964 country music singer.
No, Jesus Christ. What's the matter with the two of you? Big Bank Hank. They were involved in the first ever real rap song back in the mid-'70s. Me and Cornette used to love the Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the rappers, I'm Big Bank Hank, and I forgot all the damn songs. So I tell you what, I will give Josh a little bit of the opening song. A hip, a hop, a hibbit and a hip, hip, hop, and you don't stop rocking to the bang, bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the boogie to the boogie the bee. Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, my friend, Big Bang Hank, are going to rap to this beat, and something like that. I'm not exact, but I'm in the ballpark. It was out in the mid-'70s, but Rapper's Delight. My son actually likes that song. We don't agree too much on music, but he likes that one.
Yeah, no, I that was a pretty good, damn good interpretation.
It wasn't too bad. Well, another song I like. I was singing it in the bathroom earlier to the dogs, and they liked it. Have you ever heard the song "Running Up That Hill"?
Big Josh, have you heard the song "Running Up the Hill"?
Kate Bush did the original version. It was a huge God, what was the name of the show? It was big in the early 2000s.
Kate Bush,
the OC.
Oh yeah, sure. The OC, yeah.
Running up that hill. I knew the words in the bathroom. Now I forgot. Maybe I got to go back to the bathroom.
Now, speaking of songs, Big Josh, what's this female rock star that you listen to that's affiliated with Russo? What's her name again?
Well, if it ain't Blackpink, I don't even want to hear about it. Go ahead. I like Blackpink.
Who's this?
You know who Blackpink is, Josh?
Blackpink?
Yeah. Do you know who Blackpink is?
Never heard of her.
Oh, it was not her. It's a female Korean pop group, K-pop. They're females. Or those gorgeous little Asian girls you ever saw in your life, Korean girls.
Oh,
they're big fans of the King. They're all my memes on my Netflix account. Every account I've got has got a Blackpink girl on it.
Well, speaking of Korean, to tell Kenny your heritage, Hank.
Oh God.
Well, I'm half Korean.
Yeah,
You're what?
I'm half Korean. My late mom was full-blooded Korean.
Full-blooded Korean makes you half.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when did your mom pass away? That was
November 1st, 2020.
November 1st, 2020. So not that long ago then.
Yep.
My God. Well, do you have a picture of her? Let's play tribute to your mom. Do you have a picture of her around? I'm sure you do. You got everything there.
Grab a pic.
If you got all them damn action figures in there and you ain't got a picture of your mom, I'm going to be disappointed in you. How old was your mom?
68.
68. Okay. My mother was 78 when she passed away. She passed away January the 5th, exactly 3 years ago.
Ma Bolin, good lady, good
Ma
lady.
Bolin. Mal Bolin managed Jerry the King Lawler against me at Six Flags. I think 2005. I'll have to double check the date. Scooby, you want to come up and say hi to everybody? I know you. Come here, Scooby.
Scooby, where are you, Scoobs? Get up there. Come on, Scooby.
I know. You want to play tug of war? Come here. Give me that. Come on up, see me. Come up, see everybody. There he is.
Scooby, get up there. Oh, I got one of them gimmicks.
Scooby doesn't give a shit about anything unless the podcast is going on, and then he's gonna act a fool. They have sex in the background. It's just
grab it, Scooby. Get it, Scooby.
Yeah, he'll go get it. There you go.
Speaking of Lawler, I was listening to that podcast that you hijacked of Jerry Lawler's a couple years ago?
I hijacked it. I felt I was an invited guest, Clay Conrad. So I thought that this is embarrassing, but Conrad Thompson ended up on the show by accident. It was JJ Arwood, my producer of the podcast. He does the editing, producing, and lines up some of the guests and everything.
Right.
I thought he had Clay Conrad, the old Memphis TV announcer. So I showed up totally expecting Clay Conrad to be there, and it was this Conrad Thompson guy. I didn't know a thing about it. I didn't know. So I had to learn on the fly. And fortunately, I knew a little bit about Conrad Thompson. I was able to save the show, as I always do.
Yeah.
But I thought it was Clay Conrad, the seldom known Memphis television announcer that was there for a cup of coffee between Lance Russell and Dave Brown when they switched TV channels.
Big Josh, got a picture of Ma Hinkle?
Ma Hinkle.
Facebook's changed so much on here.
Well, while you find the picture, I'm gonna talk to Kenny about a show that he did a bit ago that I was very interested in.
Facebook ain't changed since 2008.
Well, the interface a little bit.
A little bit
here and there. Kenny, Scooby wants a snack.
Well, Scooby just drug his blanket out of his doggy bed. They do everything they can to irritate me. I normally put him in the cage. Last night he was in the cage for 3.5 hours because it was a long show. No, I when I do the shows, I gotta shut the door because my dog Maui will definitely be jumping up here. But speaking of shows, last year I believe it was, you did that show with, I don't know how the hell you got him. Oh no, I do know how, because you work with him. Mark Cuban. You did a show with Mark Cuban 20 years ago, almost to the date. We didn't plan it that way. It just worked out. I'd never even asked him to be on the Bolin Alley before. And I'm sure that after basketball season's over, he'll come back on again. But
great guest, great show.
Yeah, it was. I was very pleased with it. But basketball season's just cranking up, and I don't think the playoffs end until like July the 9th. So we'll get him back on again soon. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was a fun show. He put me over pretty big, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Declared me the real king. Declared me said something about me peddling my meat. Since,
that was anybody want to check that should be still in the archives.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great show. Yeah, most of my stuff stays up, and there we go. All right,
here we go. There's Mama.
Do you have any half Korean sisters, Josh?
My older sister's Laura.
Throw it up again. You just now went full screen.
Well, this is my late sister Lisa right here.
My God, late sister.
Yeah,
I don't mean to make any accusations here, but you're not one of those pillow smotherers, are you?
No.
I mean, your family's dropping like flies, but yet you're still standing. I'm starting to wonder if we might need to launch an investigation of some type.
No, Mr. Bolin.
I'm just joshing you, Josh. I'm just joshing you.
I know.
You better not talk about anybody.
No,
how old was your sister?
She was 34 and died of colon cancer in 2014.
My God. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That's so sad to hear. And how did your mom pass away?
It was complications from heart surgery.
Oh my God, man, just a bad run of luck there. And didn't your father pass away here a while back?
Yeah, 2 years in 2018 on Halloween night. Complications from Parkinson's.
Are you sure we shouldn't launch an investigation into Josh?
Josh,
they make a TV series about him. His relatives are, man, what the hell?
Josh, did you ever
remind me not to sleep over at Josh's house? God damn.
Anyway,
I don't think I'm going to be sleeping in Josh's attic anytime soon. I'm a little concerned about going over there.
Well, they were beautiful people, and I just want to say, send our condolences, Big Josh. I know that.
Well, absolutely. If he's not responsible for any of this, then I send my condolences.
Yeah, no, but if you are, you're not.
He doesn't seem like a murderer, but they never do.
It's always the person you least expect.
It's always
Kenny.
the person you least expect. You know what Rodney Dangerfield used to say? He said, you meet this guy, he's real nice, and the next thing you know, he goes off and he whacks everybody in the family with an axe. And the first thing they say about him on the news, what did you know about that guy? Oh, he was a very quiet man. Very quiet man. And then he wiped out the whole family with an axe. So,
never bothered
those quiet ones you got to look out for.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Did we do Zoom the last time? Because I never do Zoom shows.
I want to say.
My God, did Josh just take a pill to have to keep from testifying? What the hell?
What's going on?
You didn't take one of them little pink pills, did you?
No, Trump's
like Donald Trump. You ask him to testify under oath, and all of a sudden he locks up. Shit, I think we haven't seen Trump since he said he wasn't going to testify.
I think Donald's still in that hole he crawled back into. But no, what was I said? Big Josh, you all right? Hank, you all right?
Mute my mic a second.
All right.
Mute them. All right.
You're over there. It's nice to see your mom and your sister. And
all right.
And do you have any other close relatives? What was there to ask? Do you have any more close relatives left?
They're all in Virginia, unfortunately.
All in Virginia. Fortunately, the side of the family you're not that fond of, I take it.
No, unfortunately.
Or that you don't have access to them.
No, the thing is, Mr. Bolin, my relatives, they treated my family like shit over the years.
Yeah, well, that happens in some families. I've been involved in that. I've got members of my family I don't speak to.
Yeah, that's
mainly because I'm cute and a huge success, and they're not, and I just don't want to be affiliated.
Plus, they're jealous of King, and they see him when they see him on the podcast network, and they say, "Why can't I do that? I'm just miserable sitting here eating my TV dinner, scratching my ass, and look at the King on TV
why can't I put 8 words together in a row like another peanut butter sandwich cookie? Why can't I do that? You know, so.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but this is something I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but you guys can verify it with me. It takes 2 hands to handle the Whopper, the 2-fisted burger from Burger King. Take it, Hank. Go.
Big Bank Hank.
Oh God.
It's been a year. You got to get that one right.
I'm sure he's got
even I got that one.
Well, I just said it. It takes 2 hands to handle the Whopper. 2-fisted burger from Burger King.
There you go. That's pretty close.
Very good. Very good.
I wonder if I got anything new.
Oh God, no, God.
I'm trying to think. I was trying to think of jingles from the 90s. I mean, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so I mean, I remember catchphrases like the lady, the "Where's the beef lady?" But that wasn't
all right.
Song.
I got one. This is just going to be. Does he know what this is from?
All right.
Here we go. We're going to do some. Do you know where this is from?
All right.
And we're going to throw some at you. Charlie Tuna. Who is Charlie Tuna a spokesperson for?
Starkist.
Very good. Very good. Let's see if you get the next one. Good. Good. That's what good. Who's that? Who's that represent?
Campbell Soup.
Very good. He's 2 for 2. Can he go 3 for 3? Let me think. Well, this is easy. We're going to give him 3. Where's the beef?
Wendy's.
Okay. All right.
I worked for my whole family worked for Wendy's back like 20 years ago.
Maybe Wendy's is responsible for what's been going on in your family.
Did Wendy himself or did Dave Thomas?
No.
Thomas?
Yeah. You took the name out of my mouth. I was going to see if he knew who the founder was. Dave Thomas.
Yeah, Dave Thomas. Yeah, I know.
You knew that though, right?
Yep.
The whole family worked there. You had to know that.
Oh, the best story that year was they gave out free turkeys to everybody on Thanksgiving.
Really?
In my family, we had 5 people. We had 5 20-pound turkeys that year.
Who did they give? If they were giving out free turkeys for Thanksgiving, what family did they give you to?
They gave us all turkeys.
Well, never mind. Anyway, yeah. What did you end up doing with the turkeys, Big Josh?
We saved it. We ate it for about 2 months.
So froze them up.
Well, there you go. 5 frozen turkeys. But those, yeah, that's a good strategy. Did you have a freezer that big, or did y'all buy a deep freeze, or how'd you do that?
No, we had a big freezer.
Had a big freezer. Yeah, I had a roommate that had a deep freezer once. I've never had one. I had 2 refrigerators, but one of them quit working. I had one that I owned. And when I moved into this place, it had a refrigerator in it, and it finally conked out, and we got that one out. So I'm down to 1 freezer now. So I'm not as strategic as to what all I can freeze. My freezer is always jam full. Anytime there's space in there, I buy something else to go in there. Just you know, like if a pandemic hit or something, I want to be prepared if that ever happens.
So speaking
Sure.
of speaking of freezer space, Kenny, Big Josh,
Scooby, leave that alone.
Big Josh, the freezer that you guys have now, the question that me and Kenny and frankly everybody else at home wants to know is, are there bodies in that freezer, Big Josh?
No, there's no bodies in the damn freezer.
You have a big freezer for a reason. I mean, you're a single guy. Apparently, everyone else in your entire family has passed away. I don't think there are any people in Virginia. I think this is a made-up state with made-up people. The first thing the FBI does is to search Josh's freezer. I think that's the first thing.
No, you want to hear something scary? I'll tell you guys.
I'll tell you something, Josh. I don't want to scare. We're scary enough. 2020 is scary enough. We got pandemic. We got Donald Trump.
Go ahead.
Donald Trump's
I'm up to being scared. What the hell?
Well, when I woke up about a month ago, looked on my back porch.
Wait a minute. You've been asleep for a month?
No. Stop.
You've been awake for a month. Have you been asleep for a month? I woke up about a month ago.
He does Kenny. He does the hibernating gimmick.
He hasn't got a. Yeah, he's like a fucking bear. He hasn't got a wink of sleep since.
Oh, stop!
I woke up a month ago. Scooby, hold your story. You two, Scooby has been bad. I got to go take care of something.
Right, go ahead.
Give me about 3-4 minutes. You guys entertain yourselves and tell me the scary story and how you woke up a month ago.
All right, hold that thought. Hold that thought.
I can't call you lazy. You've been up for a month.
I know. Thanks a lot.
Scooby's got to use the bathroom. All right, Big Josh, hold that story, whatever that story was. And we'll get back to when Mr. Bolin gets back. Until then, we are going to be going over a sponsor. Today's sponsor is Nestle's. Nestles. Nestle's makes the very best chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Can you do the that song I just did?
No.
Well, you're going to have to, because now it's in my head, and now when Kenny gets back, say
it again.
I said I think Kenny's going to remember this when he comes back. I don't know why it just came to me. It just automatically came. We get a good flow with Kenny when he's on the show, and things come to my head. There's Scooby. Well, Josh, you got that. Once Kenny puts the headphones back on, Josh, you got that story on deck.
Scary story, Josh.
Now, before you do the scary story, I got to tell you something, Big Josh, because when Kenny got up, the jingle came to my head, and we're going to do it right now, or it's going to leave my head.
Well, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to say it, and you're going to repeat it, because here we go. We need entertainment. The kids at home need entertainment, so we got to entertain the kids. We got to entertain the kids in front of their radios.
Now, other than you and Josh, who watches this show?
Humans, dogs, cats, squirrels.
I don't like humans, so
here do I. Nestles. Nestle's makes the very best chocolate. Go, Big Josh, go.
Nestles. Nestle makes the very best chocolate.
And we're not stumping him today. He's nailing everything.
What'd you take? Did you take your meds today, Big Josh?
I think he took his meds. He's on that Prozac, or maybe that memory shit.
I think I need to get on that, because I'm losing it.
I need some memory shit.
I need a lot. I can't function anymore. Big Josh, before we get to speaking of stories, tell the scary one. Go. Scary story.
Let's go the scary one.
Okay, when
why doesn't Josh have the what's the name of your microphone there? I know that mic.
Oh, this is one of the Yeti.
Blue Yeti.
Yeah, Yeti.
I don't do anything just with my iPad. That's it. No microphones, nothing.
So in other words, you just don't take this shit too seriously and not going to worry about investing any money into it. I
can't afford it.
Well, all right. That's good enough for me.
That's all right, Big Josh.
Only do what you can afford.
All right, scary story. Go. 3.
It seems to me if you sold all that shit on the wall behind you, you could buy a Blue Yeti.
Well, let me show you something. Look, you see all those.
Oh, boxes? Here we go. He's going to show.
You got to have a box fan in every room. I got a box fan in every room.
Hey, Josh, if you say we're going to let me show you something, and you pan down, that's not a good thing.
If he does that.
Oh, I got to fix it.
You know the connection of Helm and Jared if he does that.
Oh, stop. All right, can I tell a scary story now?
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I wanted you to do in the first place, my brother. Go ahead.
Okay.
If you quit interrupting us, Josh, we'll get this story out of you. Let's go.
Go ahead. Go.
When I went outside, tried to take my dog outside, I looked down on the back porch, and there was these 2 cartridges, these magazines that had 2 45 caliber 12-round bullets inside.
I think we're starting to find out what has happened to the rest of the
Okay,
Hinkle family.
you are passive aggressively telling us what happened here. Okay.
Well, here's what happened. Somebody broke into my sister's car, stole her $800 work phone from a social work job, and the idiot dropped the bullets off my back porch and came off a rifle.
Okay.
Sounds like a likely story. Go ahead.
No, it really happened. I had to call the cops, and my sister had to file a police report, and they said it came off the guys that they arrested had a rifle missing the ammunition.
So what you're telling me is that the cops actually showed up at a crime scene, and you were not cuffed and stuffed and shoved into the back of a car.
I didn't do a damn thing. So I just want to let you know that.
They all say that.
I know that, Mr.
I didn't do a damn thing, officer.
Big Josh.
So they caught the guy, and he had a clipless gun, is what you're telling me.
Yep.
That did look rather guilty on his part to be missing his bullets, and then you all possess his bullets in the backseat of your car.
The creepy part is, how the hell did it get on my back porch? That's what the creepy shit is. How the and I don't
that sure has some explaining to do, doesn't it?
That's got a little explaining to do, Lucy.
You do know that if I wasn't a professional wrestling manager, I would have been a detective or a prosecutor,
forensic scientist.
I don't know if I'd have done that. I don't know if I'd have been a defense attorney. I don't like defending crooks, but I love prosecuting those son of bitches. That's why I wish I were in the courtroom that's why I wish I was a senator. So I could prosecute Donald Trump, who's refusing to come and testify because he'd have to go under oath.
But Big Josh, I have a question about that story you just said. So the bullets.
We're gonna rename him Big Bang Hank.
Big Bang. I like that. It's kind of got a good ring to it. We can sell T-shirts. We can sell.
When Big Bang Hank says I can't afford a Blue Yeti, that kind of takes the Big Bang Hank title away from it.
It kind of kills the gimmick.
Yeah. Why ain't you got a Blue Yeti, Big Bang Hank? I can't afford it. Oh well, maybe you should be called Big Bang Hank. All right.
So anyway. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
How about No Bank Hank? That's a better name. No Bank. I ain't got no bank.
Well, when Vince McMahon, he gave Ted DiBiase the $1 Million Man gimmick. He used to give him a stack of 100s to walk around with in the airports with. So if somebody asked, he'd just whip it out to live again.
He'd have some. I never heard that story. You think that's true?
I heard that, and
it ain't like Vince to pay $100 to the job guys on WWE,
especially when he was
out of the airport,
especially when he was first starting out. Yeah. So
I guarantee you they were counterfeit if Vince was handing them out.
I always wonder
no legal value to them.
Probably
Ted DiBiase's picture on them would be my guess.
Outside of that Hall of Fame, when he got inducted, DiBiase, I wonder if he actually would use real money or maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. I met him a few years ago.
I know when they brought fans in the ring, they had to use real money.
For sure, because they did the tight shots of the
But they could drop as much as maybe $300 to $500.
Yeah,
and that was more or less the fans' payoff to do the show. Normally, when he meant much, they jam $100 bill in their mouth, so that was basically the payoff for doing the bit.
Right, it was a bit, and you had to have the bit.
And the job guys would get the $100. So that was I know a lot of times the special guest appearances. Like when we were brought in to do shows from OVW, everybody would get a minimum of anywhere from $250 to $500, depending what you did.
Appearance,
and that was normally better than the $30 they were getting working for some shit promoter in the local town.
Yeah, Kenny, what year?
Many of them would pay $30 just to be seen on the show. I mean, we actually had a promoter who charged all the wrestlers $30. Well, I can't call him a promoter, but a former OVW wrestler. Him and his partner were running shows in Portland, a sublet city of Louisville.
Yeah,
and they would charge all the wrestlers $30 to be on the show just so they could think they was on a wrestling show. Yeah,
no, that's like.
Big Bang Hank, No Bank Hank, did you appear on any of those shows? did you rustle up $30?
Pay to play.
You're ready to be on that show?
Pay to play.
No Bank Hank. Pay to play. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Pay to play. That's not a good strategy.
Now I thought Josh had a podcast on the Russo Brand Network. I could have sworn
a long time ago. You had the NASCAR.
You had the NASCAR one, right?
In the pits.
Oh, there's no Trump supporters at those shows.
No, God no.
Not a one actually. They shun NASCAR. They're more into the the badminton. I think.
I think that noose and gallows that they built at the Capitol to hang Pence. I think that's just they take them to all the NASCAR shows just in case anybody that doesn't support Trump shows up.
I got a question, Big Josh. So the bullets were placed on your porch?
Back porch.
Placed though, not like when somebody.
So they set him up. They're trying to make it look like he was trying to off somebody.
Well, that's what I was just saying.
It does seem that way.
It was just. I looked down. It was just on the back porch. It was just. I didn't touch it or nothing.
Okay.
So your prints weren't on the bullets.
No.
That's a good step in the right direction. Guys, I don't do Zoom shows. Are these things voice detected as to who's on camera? I notice the camera angles keep switching. Is that on voice detection?
I think so. No, when I get the when I rip this file, it has all three of us on the same time. It doesn't cut.
Well, when Josh rips it, we all three pass out.
Well, I mean that goes without saying.
To verify the differences in the ripping, I want to make sure the fans know it's two different.
This is the benefit of Zoom. You don't have to.
Man, eating all that Wendy's, you know he's ripping some. You got to be careful.
Yeah, it's one of them SPDs, silent but deadlies. But
how many years did you work at Wendy's, No Bank Hank?
It was my senior year in high school.
Oh, so it's been about 30, 40 years ago then.
Not 20 years.
20, how old are you now? I don't even know how old you are.
I'll be 38 in May.
38 in May, sneaking up on the big 40, huh?
My sister's Laura's turned 40.
She's turning 40. You got a picture of Laura? She got a picture of her on your phone?
Now last show, Big Josh.
She half Korean as well?
Yes,
yep.
Yeah. Now last show, actually not last show before that, we told you to wake up Laura, bring her in the room. I want her on the show. I want Laura on the show. I want to say what a nice.
She lives there with you.
She's in the back right now. Where's Laura right now?
Where's Laura right now?
She's not going to come on.
Does she know how into the Asian women the king is? Does she know my reputation?
Does she know that Kenny is on?
Yeah, okay. I got 14 Filipino girlfriends. Well, I saw her. Yeah, right. It's not big screen, but I got enough there to see.
All right.
So with my reputation of how the Asian women fall in love with me just at a glimpse, you sure she doesn't want to come in here and get a glimpse at the king? Maybe make her my 15th girlfriend.
Well, that could work. I mean, as long as she,
No. You wouldn't like to call me Uncle Kenny or whatever the hell we'd be if your sister fell in love with me and I decided to marry her out of mercy,
she's not into this podcasting gimmick like I am.
Well, but she might be into American men the way that most of my Asian girlfriends are.
Kenny, if you marry into the Hinkle family, that would be just like Conrad marrying into the Flair family. Not really.
That would be the greatest thing the Hinkle family ever accomplished, to marry into the Bolin family.
Josh, where'd you go?
Did he turn his back on us? Is that what he's done?
What's going on here?
I think he turned his back on us.
All right.
I'm fine.
In any event. Oh dear.
Josh Hinkle wakes up every day wishing he could change his name to Bolin. Don't tell me he doesn't.
Oh, stop, Mr.
His sister would marry me and he'd be the one to change his name. Josh Bolin he'd be.
Josh,
I'm the only one bowing to the king, so hey.
Josh, I'm gonna give you $100. I'm gonna give you $100 to change your name. What would your name be if you had to change it? First and last name.
And by the way, he's ripping you off. It only costs $57 to change your name.
Right, it is about.
I have no damn idea.
Roughly about 60. Do that gimmick, yeah, but
right about.
Just pick any name.
Well, I just officially changed mine to Bolin. I changed it back to Bolin. God,
I mean, it could be Josh. It could be
7 years ago, I guess.
Oh, I got you. Well, it could be any name. It could be any name. It could be,
No Bank Hank could be that.
It could be
DiBiase.
No Bank Bolin. That might be my name.
No Bank DiBiase.
Superstar hard body. You could change it to Dagger McKills a lot. Whatever you want.
Now,
I have no idea.
Zoom obviously has the ability to do live shows, correct?
Yeah, but the thing is with Zoom, I don't know if you can live stream it to your social, when you do it
on my social media, like I do on StreamYard. Yeah, I go live on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time.
On StreamYard, you can just connect everything in there because I might jump
if you pay the $25 monthly fee, and I got a sponsor that pays for that.
Oh, I see. I got you. Well, that works then. Yeah, that's how they make their money. I was wondering that because now Zoom, they made their money.
The free one, I think you can broadcast to one.
Right.
You can pick either YouTube, Facebook, or wherever, and if you pay the 25, you can broadcast to 3, and if you pay like 50, you can broadcast to like 8 at one time. But I'm only on 3 or 4 anyway, and I have not had any success at all on Twitch. I wish I had the success Russo had, but I only tried it once. Maybe I should try it more often. But
no, I think that's it, because I remember when Vince was on there, he would have very minimal audience, and then he just kept doing it and like until
I don't have the patience. I don't have.
Yeah,
the
no,
patience.
neither do I. I had the same
does
thing.
111 shows a month, he says.
No, I'm done. I mean, people tell me, "Oh, you got to get on Twitch, TikTok, and all." I'm like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not.
Mine either.
I'm not doing that.
Too much work. Too much.
I've already been YouTubed out, so I'm going to stick with you.
I did a surprise show Christmas Eve that was unannounced. A guy in Colorado kept begging me to do it. Kenny, you'll make $200 tonight if you do it. That'll donate to the Bolin Foundation.
Yeah,
but he was wrong. We made $805 on Christmas Eve night doing a show from 9 to midnight.
Not bad.
Building to me Colin Cornett's house at midnight.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's on there. Yeah,
well, there's no. Well, I didn't see it, but there's no way in hell he picked up if he saw the number.
Well, not at midnight. Hell, he goes to bed at 7 o'clock. He's old. Yeah, old people go to bed early.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I get a 4-hour nap during the day, and that way I can stay up late at night.
Well, Big Josh knows that. Hank, you get the naps in, right? You got those naps going on, right?
I have during the pandemic. During the pandemic, I'll sleep 4 or 5 hours at night, stay up, get my shit done during the day. About 1, 2 o'clock, I get a little tired. I go back, go to bed, sleep 2 to 4 hours.
That's what I do too.
Me and the doggies.
I do the same thing. I go at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I got to see if my boss has paid me today.
What is Mr. Miyagi doing in the background there, Josh? What is he doing there? How did you rummage up Miyagi-san?
The virtual backgrounds.
Oh, I see. You're it's an 80s theme there. It's an 80s theme there. Big Josh tonight has the Goonies shirt, and he's got Mr. Miyagi in the background. That's an 80s theme right there. Very nice.
Cleared my account yet.
And there we got Spankalese Hernandez right there. Very nice. Very nice. You take the selfies there, Big Josh. I saw them. You take a lot of selfies. You take more selfies than any human being on the planet Earth.
My douchebag boss has not sent my paycheck yet, so I had to get in here.
Well, it's Friday. You better send it.
His shit here. He knows the countdown is on. It better supposed to be in my account by 5 o'clock, and we see what time it is. It's 7:53 on my wall, so he's 2 hours late. That means interest. It'll happen.
Kenny, what year did WWE
1988.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now I ask the question.
What year did WWE switch from OVW to their current system? I don't remember.
1988.
88. I thought so. Yeah, right. The height of
we signed the contract with them in I was close 1999.
Yeah. We
signed with them in 1999. Our contract ended in April of 2008.
Okay. 08. So then you were there. Okay.
Yeah. So 99 to 08 are all the DVDs we've got with all the WWE talent.
I mean, to be honest with you, if you want me to, I mean, I hate to be a broken record, and I hate to harp on something, but honestly, I think the end of that system was a big to me. It was a big, because now everybody learns the same way, and I feel like back then you had more variety. And
and plus a lot of the stars we're getting today were already stars to a certain level somewhere else.
Right. Yeah.
Very rarely are they taking anybody from scratch the way that we did. I mean, everybody that I developed, short of Mark Henry, was developed, and Henry was actually developed from dirt. He just appeared on Raw first, and then I got
96. Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so he appeared on Raw. No, he appeared on Raw. Right around 96, and then 99 I got him. Right, and I got Bull Buchanan. Both. I don't know if Buchanan had been on Raw or not. I don't think he had.
No, I don't think so. I know he did a deal with Ray Traylor for.
Henry had, and of course Big Show had, and we got sent those guys because they just really needed to brush up on their stuff. Bull Buchanan was probably the best of the three as they showed up.
Yeah.
But Mark Henry got to be pretty good for what he does, without a doubt.
What was it towards the end of the 2000s when they had that crew of guys? Did you have any interaction with Punk when he went through OVW?
Oh yeah. Punk was there. I was mainly an announcer during the time he was there.
That's right. I saw some clips of him. That's right.
He and I would side with each other in backstage politics from time to time. I remember Cornette told me to thank him for something that he did, and he was appreciative of that. And then Punk did something real stupid. We were doing an appearance at a bowling alley,
Yeah.
And he just got called up, and he dropped by to big dog everybody, and then he took my briefcase and threw it down the bowling alley to throw it at the pins. And I'm looking at him. I said, well, that wasn't very smart. He says, you need to go get your briefcase, Bolin. I said, well, no, I won't be doing that. If anybody gets it, you will. So the manager of the bowling alley came over. He says, I don't know who you are, who you think you are. He says, but you're out of here. And he says, and if anybody was going to get that briefcase, it was going to be you. He says, but we can't have you walking down there trashing the damn lanes.
Yeah.
So now everybody's got to go, because now we have to close the lanes to go down there to get Mr. Bolin's briefcase. So Punk got in trouble and got thrown out that day.
The end of that.
That
Now, speaking of OVW,
and OVW was not very happy with his actions, and Aaron the Idol Stevens was there that day and wasn't too pleased either.
Now, speaking of OVW, Kenny, if you were given on a silver platter or a red carpet or a just presented in front of you with somebody like Hank to work with, here's your new prospect. What gimmick would you?
I'd quit the business, for crying out loud. What the hell?
Well, I mean, we're looking for big men. We need guys with Southern charm, and Vince wants you to work with Big Josh Hinkle. What are you going to do with him? Let me hear what
it would probably be something similar. Who's the big fucker they got on WWE right now who falls in love and then he's Otis. I guess you'd have to do similar to an Otis thing with Big Josh.
Now wait a minute, you say no,
Josh
Big
would
Josh.
Be the charmer, and all the heel bitches would be not to call them bitches. All the heel women would be strike that from the record, Your Honor.
Yeah.
All the heel women would be trying to lure Josh in, only to use him and abuse him, and knowing he's Big Bank Hank, they'd be trying to take his money.
Yeah.
And of course, he would gladly give it, because he's with hot women all the time.
Why?
Yeah. So it would be similar to the Otis thing, because we don't know what Big Josh's working ability is, so we just got to have hot girls take his money all the time.
Well, yeah, no,
leaving him naked and wearing a diaper out in a back alley somewhere.
I hear you on that, Kenny. But
that was an easy gimmick to come up with. I'm going to be like everyone else and just steal someone else's gimmick. Only I don't think Otis has ever worn a diaper.
Yeah, no.
Josh would definitely be in a diaper with a bottle, because that's what the girl wanted.
Well, that's what she's into.
And she would take pictures and post them on Twitter, and there Josh would be in his diaper.
Oh God, really?
Well, I want to cherry pick it.
He'd be the most beloved character on the damn network.
Look how over Otis is.
Otis is over.
They love him.
It ain't because he's a great wrestler. So,
they toss him out because
I never needed a wrestler to get people over. Look at John Cena.
Well.
Oh yeah, you did manage him.
I did manage him. I sure did.
When they Kenny, before I get to
and everyone knows Josh is way better looking than any fucking John Cena. I mean,
I got a question for you, Kenny. Before I got a segment we're gonna end close to end with, but
all right.
When Nick Dinsmore,
by the way, you dropped that name. He's coming on the show.
Oh, is he?
Couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah, promote it. I mean, he got Vampire.
He's got a special Wednesday night show with Nick, and you'll see it posted on Twitter. I forget the exact date, but I think we're doing one on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, he's a good dude. When Nick Dinsmore was given the gimmick, for those of you at home don't know what I'm talking about, Nick Dinsmore played.
Matter of fact, Nick Dinsmore just wrote me.
Nick Dinsmore.
We're going to do. Here we go. We're going to do. He just gave me the time. We're going to do 7:05 p.m. February 17th.
February 17th
for the first time ever on the Bowling Alley. And I was a 1 or 2 time member of Bowling Services, and I actually did. I got tarred and feathered because of Nick Dinsmore at a show at St. Therese Gym. So yeah, so you got it confirmed. You got a scoop. No one else knows.
Let me preface to my casual fans who might not know the name, but Nick Dinsmore played Eugene on WWE TV. So he was Eugene.
And was the primary trainer that trained most of the guys that went to the WWE. Nick is the one that trained them.
Now I remember prior to him giving that gimmick,
and now he has his own school in South Dakota.
He's teaching. Okay, good for him. I hope so.
His arena looks very, very similar to the new OVW arena. I mean, other than room for fans.
Yeah,
it looks very similar. He doesn't have really any room for fans there. It's strictly a working arena, but the size of the arena is just like where we were at the original Ohio Valley Davis Arena.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
And so the size is about the same as there, but the look is very similar to what we had at the new arena. I just saw it for the first time on some video today. So yeah, we're excited to have him on. So go ahead and lead into
I'm
your.
glad he's. This isn't the question, but I just want to. Thought came to my head. I'm glad he is doing that and he's teaching because he really was a talented dude, and it's really not his fault that that gimmick can't be shown on TV. I mean, clearly,
no, that ain't gonna go today.
No, it ain't gonna fly. So speaking of that, I always wondered when he got when Nick got called up to the big show and they gave him that gimmick. What was like from somebody like you, or even at the time Cornette, who's old school? I probably answered.
Cornette lost his fucking mind and
that's
said back home.
That's exactly.
Cornette said he'd be back home in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I said I disagree. I said I think the thing is going to get over. I said Nick is very, very talented, and because we had just seen the gimmick the one time. Yeah. I said I think that thing's going to get over, and I dare anybody to tell me anything different. When he did the segment with The Rock.
Right.
When Rock asked Eugene, "Who's your favorite wrestler?" He went, "Triple H."
Oh, that's right.
And the arena was fucking nuts, and he was Stone Cold Steve Austin over.
Yeah.
At that point.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. He was over.
He was stone. He might even argue with me on that. But when his music would hit and he was coming to the ring and he was he knew all those fucking wrestling holds and would impersonate everybody. It was a great gimmick. What it was.
Yeah, I like
Jimmy shit all over it and said he'd be home in 6 weeks, but if it weren't for the drug situation over in England or wherever it was, that thing would have kept going for a while.
Yeah, it's such a weird deal because
he was fucking over, man.
Yeah, he got over. He got over. He made some money for however many years that was, but at the same time, I don't know. I just remember Nick Dinsmore
they hired him back to train down in Florida for a period of time, didn't they? I mean,
after the fact, okay,
after the fact, they still brought him back as a trainer, and hell, he trained most of the guys that are up there.
Yeah,
the big stars that are still there, the Randy Ortons, the Brock Lesnars, the Carlito, I heard just came back for the Rumble. I need to check that out and see how. I hear Carlito's jacked to the gills, and he looked like a man.
He's jacked.
As soon as he came out, and I think they gave him they wanted to hire him again. As soon as he came out, I'm like, I guarantee Vince is going to be saying, "You want to go on the road again? You look good."
Yeah. Oh, I have no doubt. But yeah, I need to check that out. I've only watched like a match and a half of the Rumble.
He was in better shape than he was when he had his run.
Oh, I have no doubt.
10 years ago.
Yeah, I managed Carlito with Shad Gaspard. They were.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. R.I.P. Shad. Yeah, he was a very tragic deal there.
I used to say that Shad was the bodyguard for the Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, and Biggie Smalls. Of course, 2 of them are the same guy, and all three dead.
Yeah,
so he wasn't a very good bodyguard.
Didn't work out in the end.
Didn't work out good for Carlito. I mean, his life was on the line every show because Shad did not have a very good track record with rap stars.
Yeah,
but I would come out bragging. Yeah, did you realize this man has been the bodyguard for the Notorious B.I.G., Tupac Shakur, and Biggie Smalls? 2 of them are the same. Jimmy had no idea I was going to do that. And Jimmy didn't know 2 of them were the same guy.
Oh, right. Well, he didn't
even know.
Yeah.
So they get to the fact that, you know, 2 of those are the same guys? Yeah. You know, all 3 of them are dead? Yeah. That's the fucking gimmick, man. He's not good at his job. That's why it's here. So, and he hated that I did that. He did not want to be known as the guy who's everybody bodyguarded was getting offed. He did not like me doing that, but I thought it was funny, so I did it.
Big Hank, would you ever consider being bodyguard for Kenny one day?
How tall are you, No Bank Hank?
5'11".
Well, wait a minute. You got to.
The bodyguard's got to be bigger than me, though. I'm 6 foot. Well, a hair under 6'1". At least before I got fat, I might have shrunk. I might be down to 6 feet now. Who knows? I'm 60 years old. That shit happens.
Well, it happens. That's life. That's life.
But for the fans out there, who's cuter? How old are you, Josh? 38, and I'll be 61 in a month. Who do you guys think? Who do you girls out there, especially Josh's sister? Who do you think's cuter, me or Josh?
Yeah, please comment in the comment box if you can. Let us know, and after the fact, we will tally it up.
If you had to kiss one of us right on the mouth, with the risk of COVID being involved, which one, you know?
This is a maskless kiss. This is
and remember, one of us is under investigation for offing his entire family, and one of us is not. So factor that in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun tonight. And before we get out of
I
here,
didn't have any fun at all. I don't know about you guys.
debatable. I'm trying to sell.
Debatable. Yeah.
You got to oversell, Kenny.
Maybe Josh didn't have as much fun as the rest of us. Being accused of multiple crimes in his family and facing possible arrest and investigation, probably going to be brought up in a courtroom near you somewhere. What city you live in, Big Bank Hank?
I live in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Mr. Bolin.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember. Well, you'll get by with all this shit in Pigeon Forge. They're not going to charge you with anything. I mean, what family doesn't off their entire family in Pigeon Forge? That's down there near Dollywood, right?
Yes.
Well, this is
you ever been to Dollywood?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there since 2001.
Have you ever kissed Dolly Parton in the mouth?
No.
I have. I kissed her in 1988.
I'm jealous. Especially 88. Wait a minute. 88 Dolly Parton was prime Dolly Parton too.
Oh, hell yeah, it was. Yeah, my son was a year old, and she arranged for me to get a helicopter ride with my family over Dollywood. Yeah. In Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and she gave me a little peck on the lips and said, "You have a good time. Enjoy your helicopter ride." We didn't have the money to do it because we'd spent all my money visiting my dad. We had just enough money to get back home, and she arranged for the helicopter ride and gave me a little kiss on the lips. Dolly Parton.
I am extremely jealous.
Me too.
Well,
I've kissed Dolly Parton, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you? And I met Trump 3 times. I'm trying to back away from that one.
I'm more impressed with the Dolly Parton gimmick.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Well, what about
I met Daisy Duke.
Who?
You met Daisy Duke? Well, if you kissed her on the mouth, I'm jealous of that. I like Daisy Duke.
I've hugged Daisy Duke.
Do you know her? Do you know her real name?
Catherine Bach.
Very good. Very good.
She was shopping at Food City one night when I was putting back groceries. I was working at Food City.
What year did you meet her?
2005.
Well, my God, she's an old hag by then.
She looked pretty good for back then.
I'm sure she looks fine.
Well, look, I got iPhone 11 right here.
The 11. I got the 10R. I got the 10R, but I got mine for free. How much was yours?
We're paying. This was like $800.
How much?
Like $100 a month.
So in other words, you could be a Bolin Patreon member if you'd have just took a standard $100 Android instead of loading up on the i11 there trying to big dog me on the phone. You'd be a Patreon member for $20 a month.
Well, I am a Patreon member on Goldilocks' Patreon.
Goldilocks over me? You picked Goldilocks over me? What the fuck?
Sorry, Mr. Bolin.
So here's
I can't afford $20.
Here's the question.
Well, what program do you have on Goldies?
She's got like motivational Monday videos.
Oh, I bet it motivates you, all right.
Her band talks a lot.
Yeah. I've got $5, $10, and $20 tiers.
I know that. I've seen your Patreon before.
Yeah, you just didn't bother to buy anything. You bought an i11 instead of me and hanging out with Goldilocks all day.
Look to Kenny. Can you see in the background that framed picture behind Josh back there?
Yeah.
Who do you think that is?
It looks like Goldilocks. Framed picture. Where's my framed picture at? Where's my Patreon account?
I see Hot Wheels on the.
This thing is going south. I see. If he sold all those Hot Wheels, he could easily afford my Patreon account.
Josh, if you join Kenny's band, if you get Kenny's Patreon,
I'll forgive him if he joins the $20 tier.
And you'd be
working where are you working right now, Josh?
I don't work. I stay at home.
You're staying home, Dad?
I go to flea markets sometimes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's something to do.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah. Tell Kenny what you do. Tell Kenny what you do at the flea markets, though.
What do you do at the flea market?
I sell Hot Wheels.
About 8 by 10 pictures of Goldilocks.
No, I sell Hot Wheels.
You sell Hot Wheels? You sell them or buy them?
No, I sell them. I buy, sell, and trade Hot Wheels.
What's the most money you ever got for a Hot Wheel?
I'll give you an example.
Give me an
example. Give me a solid example of a Hot Wheel you sold at Great Smokies in Pigeon Forge, or not? Where's it at?
Sevierville.
I mean, okay.
This is
the Hot Wheel right there.
It's a 1970 Charger, the ID Chase piece, special piece.
Right.
It's about a $10 piece.
Yeah.
And then let me see if I can reach this one.
Yeah, I used to buy those for Chris as a kid. I had some as a kid back in the late 60s.
This is a super treasure hunt right here.
Nice, nice, nice.
That's about a $30 piece.
Oh, that's a $30 one. Oh,
okay.
What did you pay for it? What did you pay for it?
$1.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, that's what people pay for this.
Damn. Well, why you still got it? You went out and sold that. You could join my Patreon
account. I got another one in the box. I got an extra one I can sell.
Got extras.
No, you sell that one. You sell the extra one.
You're just choosing not to be a Patreon member. You're sitting on a gold mine over there.
You sell the extra one, then you join.
Thousands. Yeah. I do. I have the extra one for sale.
Oh, the extra one's for sale. You're gonna keep the other one.
Yeah.
All right.
Big Josh.
So I'd sell them all and join my Patreon account for life is what I would do.
That's enough of the Hot Wheels talk. Kenny, I want you to plug the damn Patreon too, and I want you to plug your social media too before we get out of here tonight. Before I forget.
Real quickly, to find me on social media, just if you can remember Starmaker Bolin, you'll find me. Starmaker Bolin on Facebook, Starmaker Bolin on Twitter, Starmaker Bolin on Instagram. The merchandise shop is doing very well. We've got hundreds of Bolin logos in there. We have a top 10 fan store to where my top 10 fans, you can buy their merchandise. We make all the money, but you can buy their merchandise. Top 10 product store. The store is amazing. The link is on my Facebook page. JJ Wood put all that together for me, and it's been doing very well. Let's see, the podcast, check me out, www.youtube.com/the Bolin Alley. Just do a YouTube search, type in Bolin Alley, and you'll find all the shows. They're all there. And the new podcast, we just did episode 2 last night with it wasn't Clay Conrad Thompson.
Yep.
Conrad Thompson was the first, maybe the only guest ever on Kenny the King Live. And that show did very well. We had better than 1,000 live views for a show that was not promoted that much.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and it's well over 1,000 live views, and so we think by the end of the month that's going to do pretty good because he doesn't do many of those. So yeah, if you can remember Starmaker Bolin, you'll find me on all the social media. Feel free to follow. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I guess I'll be back here again. What, next year? Am I a yearly guest? Is that what
at this point you're a reoccurring guest right now, Kenny? So maybe when the weather warms up, how's that? Maybe.
That sounds good to me. I saw the 10-day forecast, and it's going to be in the 20s for the next 10 days around here. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess I ain't leaving for 10 days.
Not going anywhere. I'm
going to order a pizza or something for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, get a pizza, and I just hope you don't find any bullets outside your place.
Well, I have a porch, and a sheriff visits all the time. Probably a sheriff that watches my show all the time might set me up. He donates about $40 in my door once a month. That's more than Hinkle does. Yeah. Sheriff drives over to my house, sticks $40 in my door. All Josh has got to do is sell 2 Hot Wheels, and he could put $60 in my door from what he just told me. He could just drive up here from Pigeon Forge. Bring Catherine Bach with him, and we'd settle up. Yeah, one way or the other.
I think that's a plan.
I think it is a plan. Sell 2 of those Hot Wheels and then get your ass up here. Sell 3 so you got gas money. Sell 3 so you got some gas money. That would work.
Oh, Lord.
I want to thank the legendary, one of a kind, 1 in a million, never to be replaced, never to be duplicated, Kenny Starmaker Bolin for being on the show tonight.
Most people would help. I'm never replaced or duplicated. That would be a big asset to the world.
Can you imagine if you had a twin, or maybe you were a triplet? There'd be 2 more you walking around.
No, I can't imagine that. That would not be good for the world.
I had an ex-girlfriend who had triplets recently, and
are all 3 of them yours, and you're paying child support?
No, but ironic. I'm going to weave this into our previous story. Thank God I dodged that bullet. That's all I want to say about that.
Did you get a DNA test just to make sure?
I should probably. I got to use the John. I got to be honest. I got to use number 2. I got to take a number 2, and I think that's nature's sign.
That's why I waited till 7:15 to come on and do this show. I had to go too. Hey, nature calls. What do you do?
I think that's nature's sign of giving me the go home, and we're taking it home, and we got to get out of here. Kenny, thank you again for coming on the
window back there. If you can see that.
I want to wake them up.
Scooby's asleep.
Sweet dreams, Scoob.
The cow dog's asleep. They're just bored.
Yeah.
They heard Josh talking and fell asleep.
Well, let me thank, before I get out of here, Big Josh, thank you for co-hosting tonight.
Oh, it's been fun getting my ball busted black and
Well,
blue for the
and I-
87th time.
And I'd like to thank Josh for all the confessions that he's made, and the FBI will be in touch with you soon.
Oh, Mr. Bone, love you too much, man.
All right, Kenny.
We'll do it again real soon when the weather warms up.
Good talking to you.
Maybe when Trump's in prison, we'll get together.
Hopefully for life. All right, brother. I will talk to you. Cheers. Later on, guys.